out of control.
What'd your dad say?
He said to just avoid her, and that she was not a rational person. Just avoid her. And that's what I did.
Did she ever time Eric when he was doing his homework?
Objection vague as to time.
Well, the question was ever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Where do you remember seeing her time Eric?
He worked usually on the table in the living room.
Which house are we in?
In Pennington. And she walked around with a stopwatch, like the swimming stopwatches that we used to use and no longer did. And I wasn't sure exactly what they were doing, but she would time, and she would say, "Time's up." And then she would check all the answers and see how many he got right. And they would just go back and forth like this.
And what would happen if he got some wrong?
I don't remember. I tried not to be in the room when these things happen.
This happened once or more than once?
It's happened every day that he had school.
She helped Eric with his homework more than she helped you with your homework, I take it.
My dad didn't want her wasting time helping me with my homework. He just told her to do it. And then I go play tennis and practice and train or do my running or whatever.
So did she do your homework?
Yes.
How did you feel about what was happening to your brother when you would watch her working with him?
I felt helpless and like I wanted my dad to do something. And sorry for him.
Did your mom seem strange to you?
Objection vague.
Roll.
She was very strange.
And were there times when she would engage in what looked like meaningless activity?
Objection vague.
Overall.
There were times when she was, it seemed like she was just off in another world. She would not respond to you. She would just be like sprawled out on the floor, rearranging marbles, rubber bands, putting cards together, taking them out, making them into different stacks, and then put them all back in the drawer. There was a little drawer off the kitchen that she had all these things in. Sometimes she would be playing with dirt in the. It was like she was repotting the plants again and again, but she was just gone. She wasn't there.
Was this in the Muncie house or the Pennington house?
This happened throughout in Muncie. It got very, very bad in Pennington. There were a lot of other. It wasn't just that type of stage. It would be in different kinds also, but it would get worse. And then in Calabasas, it seemed to me to be even worse. And I wasn't there as much, and my brother was calling me, telling me what was going on. And then it seemed to be less open. And sort of, I don't know, I didn't see it as much.
Let me go back to some of her...
Because the ferret was missing, and we would go out and look. And sometimes we would find him. And other times, most of the times, he was just in the house somewhere, and she'd find him inside the couch, like in the stuffing underneath or somewhere else.
Would your
We
mom...
would search for hours and all evening.
Would your mom go with you on the searches?
No, she would stay in the house in case the ferret showed up.
Was she very attached to the ferret?
I think she was very attached to the ferret.
And did one of the ferrets die and have something unusual happen to it?
Yes.
What happened?
The ferret died, and she had it stuffed and then she had it stuffed on a little log, and then put it on the TV set so that she could always see it.
Did your mother ever do anything violent to you in these rages?
Yes.
Can you tell me?
Lots of violent things.
What are the earlier violent things you remember? Do you remember any violent things from the Muncie house?
Just beating me with her hands and kicking me on the ground, dragging me by the hair down to my room, which my dad did sometimes that way also. And she would just throw me in the room, and she was much bigger than me, and she just would kick me on the ground when she was having these rages. I would just defend myself until she left. And then in Pennington, she'd throw things at you. One time, she chased me around the house with one of the kitchen knives, and didn't actually get me. But
What would
chased me
happen
around.
when you were thrown in your room? Would you be in your room for a long period of time?
Thrown in my room in Muncie
Yes.
I would be in my room for all day, and then, which was part of the problem because I was supposed to have a schedule, and if my mom punished me and put me in the room, then I couldn't keep the schedule. So my dad would come home and be furious.
What would you do about food when you were in the room? Would she bring you food?
I don't remember, she may have.
What did you do when you had to go to the bathroom?
I went to the bathroom in the room, either out the window, and she gave me like a Tupperware. It was more like one of those hospital vomiting things. I kept it under the bed, and that's what I used if I need to go to the bathroom.
Was there an incident in which you had a rabbit that you brought home from school?
Yes,
How old were you?
it was the end of second grade. I don't know, I maybe 7.
End of second grade? And did you bring the rabbit home?
Yeah, they gave away all the animals at the end of the year, and I managed to be able to get the rabbit. So they gave it to me in a box, and I brought it home, and I put it with. I tried to keep a lot of the animals I caught in the house for short periods of time, like I had a turtle, and so on. And so I put the rabbit in the empty aquarium that didn't have anything in. And I showed it to my mom.
What'd your mom say?
She liked it.
Did she subsequently tell you to get rid of the rabbit?
Yes.
And did you?
Actually, it was my mom said that my dad wanted me to get rid of the rabbit.
So were you supposed to find it a new home or something? Or just get
He
rid of
didn't
it?
care. She just said, Dad just wants you to get rid of it, so give it away. Or I couldn't take it back because school was out, so just give it away or let it go.
And did you do that? Did you give it away or let it go?
No.
And sometime later, did something happen to the rabbit?
Yes.
How much later after you were told to get rid of the rabbit?
A couple days, I was basically hoping that they would change their mind with the rabbit, and then I noticed it was missing, and so I got very nervous, and I went to my mom and asked her where the rabbit is, and she said, well, you were supposed to get rid of it, so you have to talk to your dad. And I went into my dad, and he wouldn't answer me, and so I started to get very upset and basically say, Dad, tell me where the rabbit is. And I thought he let it go, and he told me that I was supposed to get rid of it, and that it was in the garbage.
Did you go check the garbage?
Yes.
What did you find?
He had beaten it to death and it was just laying on top of the garbage, and there were flies. So I took it off, and we found one of the shoe boxes for it, and put it in the shoe box. And I got my brother, and we went out back to where we played with the army men. And I brought all my stuffed animals with me, and we buried it.
Was there a time where you upset your mother as she was preparing dinner and she cut herself?
Yes.
How old were you?
11.
What happened after she cut herself?
It was by the glass door, and I think I said her name, and she was doing something in the kitchen, and she cut her hand, and she ran over, and she pushed me against the glass, and she rubbed her hand in my face, and said, "See what you did to me?"
Did she get blood on you?
Oh yeah, her hand was a mess, and my face was a mess, and I ate dinner that way.
Why did you eat dinner that way? Why didn't you wash it off?
I went to wash it off. She said, "No, just leave it. Just eat." And I thought I was going to have to go to school like that, but by the end of the evening, she let me wash it off.
Was your dad home?
No, these things wouldn't happen if my dad was home.
Did you get sent to summer camp for sports when you were little?
A couple times.
Did you like